up, party people? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of This or That, where I compare similar products. So today's theme is viral versus non-viral. The problem with viral makeup is, number one, it's viral for a very short period of time. So it sells out and it's very wanted and it's like the hot topic for several months, and then it gets replaced with something else. So you always feel pressure to go out and buy the viral stuff, but some of the best makeup may already be in your collection. I mean, some of the viral products are really, really good too, but I just feel like there's so many products out there that are so good that they just haven't gotten their time to shine yet. And that's not a bad thing. It just means that there's more for us. So yeah, we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison, one side viral makeup, one side non-viral. So let's get into it. Let's see what really is the best. MAC Max Stack Mascara went viral and it's probably still going strong. I don't know. What's so special about this, or what they claim is so special about this, is that it's a super, super buildable formula to where you can just keep layering it up, and it's supposed to not clump. I personally think it kind of clumps. Like, I think it gets to the point where it kind of starts stunting the length of it. I'll say the wand on it's pretty unique though. It's like a half hourglass plus a cone shape, and it's got a very, very subtle ball tip to it to where it just makes it easier to get in the inner and outer corner and your lower lashes. There is one pretty good full coat. So as you can see, it is a really nice thickening, volumizing formula. It's one of those formulas that it's not too dry and it's not too wet. Like, it definitely does build on itself very, very well. And just for good measure, let's do a third layer just to show you how it builds. I mean, it's pretty impressive. There is a lot of length with it, and it's a very black formula. It does kind of look like I've got a little bit of eyeliner on. Like, there's a little bit of definition towards the base, so it's good. The mascara that's non-viral that I've been so obsessed with for months now, this is the number 7, the Full 360 Ultra Mascara. This isn't necessarily the same shape. It is like an hourglass shape, and it is thicker towards the base, and it gets more narrow towards the top. Here's a little comparison. So here's the number 7, here's the Max. As you can see, the number 7 one's definitely thicker, a little bit more, you know, chunky, a little more meaty. So one light layer of the number 7 done. But what I think is so special about this is that it's so layerable. You could apply this at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then if you want to touch it up at night, like if you're going out and you just want to kind of re-intensify your eyes, make them look a little bit darker, a little more dramatic, then you can apply this and it's not going to start flaking, it's not going to clump up. It layers so well even after it's been on your eyes for like an entire day. All right, let's do 3 coats. I don't like to do this normally, but I'm gonna do it. Look at that. Look at that! It's like it gives so much thickness and blackness and boldness towards the base that it gives the appearance of eyeliner already on. So, like, look at that. It looks like false lashes. I like the number 7 one better. I'm just gonna run some tinted brow gel through my brows real quick just to complete the eyes a little bit better. So when I think of viral primer of 2022, I think of the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This was all the rage for actually several months. Kind of like a pinkish white color that turns transparent when you rub it in. And it does have a very sweet vanilla marshmallow kind of smell. So let's put this on the viral side. It does provide a nice smooth base for foundation and stuff. I never really found this to be one that, you know, really improved the wear of makeup or made a difference once foundation was actually on. Because that's the thing, we're applying these primers, for, you know, hoping that they're gonna do something different, but once you put foundation on, like when it's all said and done, you can't even see the effect, which makes them pretty pointless. Here you can see side by side, it does make my skin look a little bit brighter. Like, it kind of, like, this side looks more dull compared to this side, but it's not viral worthy. I can get the same effect with just skincare products. Like, this isn't anything special. What I do think is viral worthy on this side is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Whipped Matte Makeup. This came out a little bit after the Glow Perfector, the one that went viral, and I do understand that one. But this one just kind of slipped under the radar. It says blurs pores, mattifies, conceals blemishes, even skin tone with light coverage. You can apply this by itself, like you just wear it alone or wear it underneath foundation. Yeah, it's not the exact same as the Marshmallow Primer in that it's white or transparent or anything. This one does give you a little bit of coverage. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's like a BB cream, but it's just a tinted primer. It's this very, very nice, creamy, like whipped cream kind of texture. It's just so smooth feeling, and it's so easy to apply. Like, you don't need a brush with this. This is not one you have to overthink. Use your fingers. It's that simple. So as you can see, it looks like I've got light foundation on. I have a very light skin tint. My pores are gone, okay? They're gone. I don't think I've ever used a pore filling primer that works this well with such little effort. Very, very softening, very smoothing, and it somehow enhances the effect of every foundation I use with it. Like, it enhances the finish and the coverage, and it makes it last longer. Like, it just makes my pores just not show up with foundations. I don't know why people aren't talking about this. This is one of the best primers at the drugstore in my opinion. So a corrector that went viral this year is this Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint in the shade Pink. They also have a couple of peach undertone shades as well if you want to counteract actual dark circles. This is more for brightening. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce it out with a small little concealer brush. This is definitely one of those things that you want to put on before foundation and concealer. I actually do understand how this went viral to a degree. Like, this is a really good formula. I think this would make an excellent concealer because it's just so hydrating and just so creamy, very like almost like dewy, but it's not so hydrating to where it creases or causes your concealer to crease throughout the day. For it to be so thin and lightweight and not really pack a lot of coverage, it packs a pretty good punch. Like, it does counteract my dark circles and really brightens that area. So it's also not too pink though to where you couldn't wear this by itself. So if you just want to put on something like the Whipped Matte makeup from Maybelline and put this on underneath just to brighten things up a little bit, it's not so pink to where it's actually noticeable. So it's a good formula. I get it. So everyone seems to forget that Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser also has a pink shade. I'm just gonna put a little bit right there. I'm gonna wipe off the excess on my brush from the other one and use the same brush. Now I will say the Milani one is a tad bit more hydrating and more of a thin formula. This is more like the other dark circle concealers that they have. It's a little bit thicker. Look how bright. It's got more pigmentation. It still counteracts my dark circles and stuff. Now, I will say it's a lot brighter and less skin tone like than the Milani one, so I wouldn't want to wear this by itself or with minimal makeup. But if you're wearing this under foundation and concealer and you really want the effect to be like, you know, really show up, then this one would be the way to go. Foundation, I have the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Longwear Foundations. This is just a soft matte finish, full coverage foundation. You can see I've got a lot to cover up. I feel like it looks worse in person, but I'm gonna go ahead and start back here where I have a lot to cover up and then work my way in. Wow, those brighteners, those are good. The biggest issue that I've had with it is that it seems like it starts settling and creasing. Like, it just looks too heavy on my skin by the end of the day. It hasn't looked like that every single time, but that's like the times that it's looked bad, that's what it's done. I will say it's not a very layerable formula, so I would stick to, you know, one good full coat. It does set pretty well on its own though, so this isn't one that I would want to put powder on top of. But the one that I've been rooting for years now, okay? I've been this underdog's cheerleader for so many years, and that is the LA Colors Truly Matte Foundation. So you can find this one at Family Dollar in store, Dollar General, the Walmart website, and also Amazon. So, and obviously the LA Colors website, and they do have more shades available on the LA Colors website if you want to order from there. I'll have all the possible links below, but yeah, they have way fewer shades in store, which sucks, but this is, dare I say, top two for me. It's that same whipped, moussey kind of texture like the Makeup Revolution one. Start back here the same way I did the other one. And as you can see, vanished in plain sight. Not only is this literally one of the longest wearing foundations in my collection that I've ever tried, it's full coverage right out the gate. You don't have to build it up. I mean, you can, but you probably don't really need to. It somehow is so breathable and lightweight on the skin, but it will last from the time that I put it on till the time that I take it off. Yeah, as you can see from side by side, there is more coverage on this side, but yeah, I don't get the whole creasing and settling into my lines and stuff. And the shade Natural is also pretty perfect. This should be viral. For concealer, the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum went viral this year, and it's a nice hydrating kind of concealer. It has, I would say, medium to full coverage. So I'm gonna use the shade Vanilla. And this is also a really good one. I feel like this just completely sinks in and melts. It's a really good under eye formula. It's almost like a very soft, dewy kind of finish. Like, it does add a lot of hydration, but it's not so much to where it just melts down on my under eyes. So non-viral side, the L'Oreal True Match Eye Cream and Concealer. This is another one that slipped under the radar when it came out. This came out like a year and a half or two ago. This is also kind of like a skincare concealer hybrid, not because it's called an eye cream and a concealer. I think that's it's a little bogus, but it does have 0.5% hyaluronic acid, but also glycerin. So glycerin is also a really, really good humectant. It just draws moisture to the skin, and a lot of people think that glycerin is actually better and more effective than hyaluronic acid. So I have the shade W1-2. So with a clean sponge, I'm gonna go on this side. This is another product that I've really grown to trust. Like, this is one that I trust enough to travel with, and like, that's the peak status that a makeup product wants to be for me. Like, if you get to be travel status, you're good. Because I'm usually someone that packs multiples of everything. I usually pack 2 or 3 concealers, a couple of foundations, etc. And this is one that I can pack and know that it's going to work with every foundation. It's not going to crease. It's going to hold up very, very well on me. And it's also going to hide dark circles. So yeah, there's what 2 layers looks like on the L'Oreal side. They're both amazing. The Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm. This is probably the longest standing viral product I think I've ever witnessed. It's a deep rosy pink with a very, very subtle gold shimmer throughout the formula. It's somehow so universally flattering on every skin tone. The problem is, okay, because there is a problem no one talks about for some reason. It does not hold up. And it doesn't matter what foundation I pair with it, what setting spray I pair with it. If I put a powder blush on top, which should, in theory, make it last longer, within 2 or 3 hours, it is completely gone. Like, my cheeks are like zero color. But in my roundup of products, literally like 20 minutes before I started filming, I was swatching. Like, I swatched this one time and I was like, the Colourpop Super Shock Blush in the shade No Way. This is a newer shade. It's $8 and literally it is a cream pot form of Pinkgasm. And it actually holds up on my skin, okay? It's actually long wearing. I don't really know why no one mentions the fact that it doesn't last. Like, I've never heard anyone say that it doesn't last on them, but I know that it can't just be me. I mean, is it one of those things that you just accept? Like, you just accept it because it's viral and it's pretty, like the shade's pretty, the glow is pretty. I mean, look at that. Like, it glistens, it sheens. But hold your horses, because we got a dupe. Same color. I've not found a product that is this perfect in tone and finish than the Colourpop one. So I've got bad news. Colourpop's No Way is gone. I had no idea it was limited edition, didn't know it was part of a collection, but yeah, they've gotten rid of this one too. Now, I was going to take out the clip altogether and just not show the two compared, but it's such a good dupe and you may have No Way on you already. Anyway, this is another Super Shock blush from them. So this is Brute Flute. They call this a warm rose gold with a gold sheen, which is pretty much the exact same color identification as Pinkgasm in my opinion. Don't have this one on me. I've never tried this one, so I could be totally off about this, but I've looked at swatches, I've done some digging, and compared to No Way, it looks very, very similar. Yeah, I hate that I'm showing you something or talking about something I don't have on me. I can't say with experience that it is a dupe or an alternative, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it would be a very close alternative if it looks anything like it does in the swatches. So yeah, there's your second alternative for Pinkgasm. So yeah, back to the video. So for setting spray, this is another one that this has had a very long-term viral effect, okay? This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and it's good. It's expensive, but it's good. I will say there have been times of using this where my makeup hasn't held up the best. Like, there's been times when it's held up very, very well, and then times that it just looks like I didn't apply a setting spray. It's kind of hit or miss for me. And I'm not gonna do a wear test. There's no need to spray either of these on. But one that I never have heard anyone talk about is from Amazon. This is the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later setting spray. And this is one that, again, travel status. It makes everything last longer. And this is normally about like $13, but I will say it does have alcohol in it. So, I mean, that could be the advantage of using this one if that's what you're going for. So for lippies, I went ahead and put on a lip liner just so I had some definition. The e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine went viral this year. I have the shade Lovely, but the shade that went viral is that dark plummy shade, which is supposed to be a dupe for Black Honey by Clinique. I had that one, but it's somewhere. So let's put it on this side. Very nice, wearable color. It's nice and comfortable. It's not my favorite product of all time. Like, I don't really feel like it's got that wow factor, but it is nice. So for the non-viral side, I have the Flower Beauty Perfect Pout Moisturizing Lipstick. I have the shade Buttercup. This is such a nice formula. It's that same super high shine, glossy kind of finish, like a lip gloss in a balm form. We're not doing shade matches, just talking about the formulas. I actually do feel like this one's more moisturizing than the e.l.f. one, which is weird because they call this one like a lip balm, or they call it a lip shine. So I guess it could be a lip balm or a lipstick depending on how you interpret it. This is just so moisturizing. Like, this is one that I don't feel like I need a lip gloss on top of. I would say this is better than the e.l.f. one. That is it for this battle of viral versus non-viral products. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The whole point of this series is to give you some direction and just kind of compare things that are similar. Like, I know that when you go into the store, it's very overwhelming, or if you're shopping online, there's so much out there. Like, the beauty space is so overflowing and just very abundant in products, and very similar products at that. So hopefully this actually helps you. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more like it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.